So morning lovelies, begin as always, seated or lying down, you choose. What does your body need today? It's funny when I say that to you, because it isn't just the physical. Maybe we need to slow down a bit, or we do need a really good stretch, a certain shoulder or a hip, or through the legs. We think, oh, that would be nice to stretch there. But what else do we need? Emotionally, in terms of support, even spiritually. Do you need that time to yourself to sort of tune in and be you just for a moment? So I feel like this place on our mat is that sanctuary to explore all of that, these four corners. And they have a wonderful, powerful effect on healing and our well-being. Certainly whenever I get on my mat, I smile. So just take a few breaths. Just join me in a few breaths that I've been practicing a little bit more differently lately. Sort of a circular breath, so no stopping, just sort of the evenness of the inhale and the exhale. But just as you breathe in through the nose, just bring a little smile to your face. And then just open the mouth and exhale. Maybe just close the eyes. As you breathe in, allow a little smile. And then the same length exhale out through the mouth. And the next time you do it, be aware of the belly rising and using the diaphragm. A really very calming way to breathe. And I like the idea of that just being a single circle, no pauses, just it flowing. So just something that you can do in your own time maybe. Just root down, scan through your chakras from root to crown. Just all these areas, notice what you're feeling. How's the throat? How's the belly and the digestive system for sacral and solar plexus? How's your head and your sleeping for your third eye and your crown? Just a moment to observe. So if you are seated, just come into a lying position. And we'll begin always with our stretches. So when you're ready, on the next inhale, right arm up and over. And then flexing the foot, toes lifted. And just lovely even breaths as we just hold this stretch, really reaching up, stretch the fingers out wide, feel that through the palm of your hand. Oh, it feels lovely perhaps through the sole of your foot and your calf muscle, feeling engaged around the knee and thigh. And then I'll just point the toes and take this stretch and hold this. Notice how it changes in the calf and across the top of the shin and foot. And then just relax, exhale, arm down. Palms up just for a moment. And then the other side, deep breath in. Left arm up and over, same again, toes are lifted, foot flexed. And then feeling that stretch in the calf, lowering the hip, stretch through the waist, fingers, hand, pointing toes. Just feeling some energy start to flow. And then exhale, arm down. Palms up, just take a small breath here. And then inhale, both arms up and over. And this is where I tend to sort of tuck the chin in a little, really lengthen through the neck and really enjoy this stretch. Flexing, then pointing toes. Where do you feel it most? And enjoy as you move the feet backwards and forwards, the change in sensation through your legs. And on the exhale, relax arms down. We do these all the time, but it's so lovely to just bring awareness to certain parts. Be conscious of what we're doing. Okay, take the right knee in. And a deep breath. Exhale coming up. And really try to let all the air out. Belly falls back to the spine. Hold the breath out. And then inhale down. Other side. Deep breath. Feel the belly, feel the lungs. Use the diaphragm. Exhale. Lovely stretch through the neck. And then inhale down. And then same again. Both knees in. Deep breath. Exhale up. Watch the chest lower, watch the belly lower. Hold the breath out. And then just breathing in to come down. Take a moment to rock. What do you feel through your back today? What muscles? Are they outer back muscles or inner back muscles? Lower, middle, upper? Really notice what you're feeling. And then we'll take the hands and feet into the air. We'll warm up this way today. So stretching fingers, stretching toes, and then making fists and curling, and then thumbs alternately in and out. Noticing if there's any little clicks through your toes or fingers. And then flexing backwards and forwards, wrists and ankles. And what do you notice? Is it nicer to turn the hands down or the palms up for the stretch under or over the wrist? And then how far does that sensation extend to your elbows? Let's rotate. Another way. Noticing if when you do one direction, one hand clicks, and then if you do the other direction, the other hand clicks. All these funny little things that go on in our body. And just rest the hands down. Keep legs raised and we'll cycle. Gentle engagement in belly here. Just engaging core. And noticing knees. And reversing that cycle. Lovely. Just hug the knees in for a moment. You can release that abdominal tension. Have a moment to rock. And we'll put the left foot down or the left leg down. Right leg raised, big circles. Tuning into how your hip feels, but also noticing as you bring the leg up how it feels to stretch the hamstring. Notice if you hold your breath here or whether the breath becomes kind of unconscious. Just draw your awareness back. Other direction. How far can you swing your leg out today? And how far across the body does it feel comfortable? Okay, other side. So left leg. Again, primarily aware of how the hip feels, but also noticing everything else that goes on with this movement. And then other way. Lovely to just take this time to be body conscious. And then draw knees in. Have a moment to just rock. We'll put the feet down and come into thread the needle before we come up to seated. So just rest the feet on the mat. Anyone with a flared up sciatica, this might aggravate, but if you haven't, then it's fine. So put left foot onto right knee. And then we'll hug around the right thigh and bring that foot away from the mat. You can lift your head up initially when you come into this and then just drop it back down. Feel that lovely stretch through the outer left thigh, buttock perhaps. Notice how much tension you're holding in your left calf muscle. Just a few deep breaths here. This is a good one for sciatica if people do suffer, but when it's not entirely in flare up. Okay, let's release and we'll do the other side. So the right foot onto the left knee and then lifting that left leg away. Just hands round the thigh. Do you notice a difference? Is it harder one side? Is there a bit more resistance? Or is it pretty even? Take some deep breaths here. Try and relax, just aware of all the sensations. Even the ones in your arms and hands as you hold this pose. Relax your buttocks. See if you can relax the backs of your knees. And gently release. Okay, hug the knees in for a moment. We're going to roll up to seated and just move the upper body. So pop on a cushion. So join me in Chin Mudra, just seated. Have a moment to close your eyes and we'll just do the upper body movements. So taking chin down, pausing, notice the belly breaths, and then chin up. Lovely openness in your throat, and then down again. Once more up. And then center. Tilt the head right, left. Just pausing momentarily and then same again. Still breathing to your belly using diaphragm. And then coming back center. Twist now, looking over shoulder, the right one. And then sweep to left. Same again. And then coming back center. And then just take the chin down and a rotation all the way around each way. Coming back to center. And then just hands on shoulders and we'll work shoulders. Enjoy this. So many people hold it in this area. And other way. Okay, lovely. So we'll come to standing. We'll go through a series of chakra ones today, I think. Let's start with root. So tree pose, opening in Tadasana. Just having that awareness about how we plant each toe down and how the foot feels. Nice deep breath. Okay, when you feel lovely and grounded, let's take the weight into the right leg, lifting that left one, wherever you want to come today. Focus on drishti, just something you can gaze at. And draw your awareness to breath. And then inhale, arms up. And then out. Inhale. And to heart. Ooh, got a little bit of a wobble on that one. It happens. And then other side, grounding left leg. And then bringing that right foot up wherever you're comfortable today. Drishti, belly breaths, and then inhale, Exhale. Inhale. And to heart. Lovely. Give your legs a shake. Lovely one for root, but also heart center when we move our arms too. So let's just forward fold a few times before we come into sequences. So feet about hip distance apart. Inhale. We'll do 2 swan dives. Exhale, coming down. Just preparing our spine. Have a moment to dangle here. Either holding elbows or let the arms just hang loose. Lovely stretch through the backs of the legs and back of our body. Lovely for your bladder channel when we come into any kind of forward fold, in whatever shape that is. And then let's just inhale, roll up. Roll the shoulders. Okay, as we come up, we're going to come up on our toes this time. So just inhale, bring the arms up, just come on toes, just to explore this balance. You might rock a little bit on the balls of your feet and just have a little bit of a wobble. And then lower the heels down. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, swan dive. And again, just notice how the body feels this second time. As you come down, awareness of your back. Sometimes, I know a lot of us can have little twinges in our back. So aware if there's an improvements or not. Inhale, roll up. Okay. So we'll dot around the chakras today. We'll come into solar plexus, so sun salutation, coming to the top of your mat. And hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, release arms down. Inhale. Sweep up, salute the sun. Feeling energized. Folding forwards. And then flattening the back, looking ahead of you. Hands down to mat, right leg comes back. Knee down. Keeping the hands on the mat, just enjoy this really lovely stretch. When we come into this pose, we're really stimulating all meridians through legs. So liver, kidneys, spleen, stomach, gallbladder. Okay, down dog. Take a moment here. Let's just get into the posture properly. Grounding fingers, bases, the base of our palm. Really lifting that tailbone and enjoy the strength in our arms. Deep breath in. Exhale, consciously coming down on the full exhale all the way back. And then flow through the pose of 8 curves into Sphinx or Cobra, wherever feels right for you today. This is working solar plexus and sacral. Down dog again. And just to notice how you move today. Okay, left foot forward. Again, just pause here, take a breath, stretch through those hip flexors, feet together, and sweep up. A lovely extension through your back here. Hands to heart. Take a breath in between, and then we'll do the other side. So deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Be conscious with your movements. Enjoy every part that moves. Looking ahead. Hands down, left leg back. Again, don't rush through this. Take a pause. Where are you tense? And down dog. Inhale, exhale, down and back. And then flow through. Strong arms, strong shoulders in Cobra. Down dog. Right foot forward. Gazing up. And then feet together. Let's link. And come up. Just bring hands to heart. Notice how good you feel. I can feel my heartbeat raised and going. Breath, a little different from a relaxed breath. So that solar plexus is a lovely one for sun salutation. So for the sacral, which is to do with fluidity, femininity, water, we'll do the moon salutation. But we'll do the one where we flow across the mat. So come slightly off centre to the right. Okay, and then hands to heart. And think about being, in your femininity and flowing and the moon cycle. So deep breath in, we'll take the arms up. Exhale as you lean outwards. Inhale through centre. And other side, feeling that stretch through the side of your body. We're enhancing gallbladder here. Come up to centre, left foot and down into goddess squat. Feel the goddess in you. We are all goddesses. Turn to your left into Trikonasana. Keeping that right shoulder open and upwards. And then we bring that right shoulder down. We bring the right hip forward and just rotate that back heel into pyramid pose here. Feeling that lovely stretch in that calf muscle at the front. Come down into the low lunge. Come up into crescent. Sink those hips. It probably feels a little bit easier, so we've done it already in sun. Hands to the inside of that top foot, and we rotate our body around into this sort of side squat and lunge. Toes pointing upwards, knee pointing upwards. Feel that lovely stretch on the inner leg. Spleen, liver and kidney channels. Other side. Just pause here a minute and really enjoy that pose. Rotate round into the low lunge, bringing the arms to crescent and hands down, pyramid. Pause here a moment just so that you can straighten that front leg and really feel it. Bring the hands to wherever's comfortable, shin, knee, opening up to Trikonasana, triangle pose, goddess squat. Right foot to your left. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, just slowly lean outwards. Inhale through centre. Exhale, other way. And coming back, hands to heart. Feeling good and fluid. Let's just take to the mat. Have a moment just to rest. Join me in a nice long sigh. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, noisy sigh. And just let the breath settle. Notice where you feel sensation in your body, coolness or warmth, maybe the tingles, or whether it just feels like there's more space in your body, like there's more openness for energy to flow. When we haven't moved our body like that, we can get quite sort of stuck and stiff and stagnant. So draw the knees in. Have a little moment to rock. So we'll do bridge and some twists because they also work solar plexus, sacral, but also heart and throat. And twisting is really great for solar plexus as well. So bridge pose, palms down, engaging belly and pelvic diaphragm. And then when you're ready on the inhale coming up, we're just going to kind of make waves and sort of flow with the breath. Inhale, exhale, just roll down really slowly but consciously, placing each vertebrae down. Keep the tailbone curled forward and the pelvis curled forward, and then roll out. Inhale again, coming up. slowing it down, becoming really conscious. Almost trying to figure out when the thoracic spine comes down, when it starts to move into lumbar, and then sacral, and then sort of tailbone. And we'll do that one more time. Pushing through the heels, aware of the plantar of your feet to the mat. Exhale. Clenched buttocks, engaged thighs, strong knees. Okay, just 3 of those. Extend legs. Just come into Shavasana for a moment. Feeling good. And just notice, just a few moments to pause and notice. And then we'll draw knees in and come back into that same position just to twist our body. So feet to the mat, arms out level with your shoulders, if you can. And then we're just going to come into a flowing twist. So engaging belly, pelvic diaphragm, deep breath in. Exhale, knees right, looking left. Inhale up to center. Exhale left, looking right. Coming up to center. Just keep this little flow going and be as slow and controlled as you need to be with your body. And noticing at what point you're really starting to feel your lower back. We'll just do one more each side, so the right and then the left. And returning your knees up to center, and again just find Shavasana just to let the spine settle back into a neutral position. Taking a few breaths. We're going to come up into puppy, but before we do that, we can always take this opportunity to come into happy baby and work more with our hips and sacral. So just bring the feet up, holding the soles of your feet or around the ankles, whatever feels right. Noticing what you're feeling in the backs of your thighs. Every time I do this, it feels very different depending on whether I've been walking, running, all sorts of different activities. You really notice the shifts in your body. Take some deep belly breaths. Notice if your tummy starts to rumble. We're working a lot with the digestive system. So draw knees in and we're going to roll up. Come onto your knees and into melting heart pose. So working from the lower 3 chakras up into heart center now. So puppy pose. Up on knees, hips over the knees and extending the body down. This is a really lovely stretch. If you do ever get real tension between the shoulder blades and the upper back, come into this pose. Gradually, sometimes it's nice to have a little cushion under the chest to ease into it. Notice if you're tense in your shins or your feet. And just let that heart sink and feel the release that you get around the shoulder blades. And that upper part of the spine and the muscles there. Keep trying to relax your wrists and arms. And taking some deep breaths. So this is lovely for your heart center. And then when you're ready, we'll lift the head just gently and start to walk the hands back. Come into Balasana, child's pose now. So bring buttocks back to heels, forehead down,
Knees are together, hands to feet. And this very much is a pose which is a grounding pose, so root, but third eye especially. Try to relax here. Notice the tension that you hold in your abdomen and your belly muscles, especially as you breathe, whether you tend to hold the abdominal wall very tight. Try and relax the shoulders, let them hunch and round. Arms are limp and heavy. From here, we'll just lift up and come into some crown rolls. So lift the head really slowly and just bring the forehead a little bit further forward. Hands either side of the head. We'll do 3. So inhale, roll onto your crown. Enjoy this sensation as you really roll to the top of your head. Feel the pressure in the crown. And then rolling back. Nice and slowly to the forehead and your third eye. Nose touches the mat. Inhale, roll up. Enjoy every movement that you get. It's really stimulating. And back. And just one more time. Notice if you get colours in your mind when you do this, maybe some sort of purples or deep blues. And then just coming back. Okay, lift your head really slowly. I'd like you to lie on your back into Shavasana. Shavasana is a pose where actually all chakras come into balance. But where we've just had the head down low, let's just take a moment to pause and notice our chakras. Notice your breath, whether it feels quite calm and gentle. And then we're going to come up shortly to work with our throat with lion breath. So draw your knees in. A moment to rock. Nice long sigh. And come up to your knees. I love it when we do a chakra balancing practice because we can dot around with all sorts of different poses and practices, breathing, meditations for life. So for lion breath, definitely one for your throat. We'll do 5, okay? You've got to roar loudly, you've got to stick your tongue out and the eyes are wide. And it's lovely for the face as well. A lot of people do facial yoga. So after 5, just bring the hands back to the thighs, close the eyes for a moment and just sort of sit in that space after you've felt it all around the throat and probably the heart. Okay, so deep breath in. And 5, just hands to thighs. Just close the eyes for a moment. A few deep breaths. Okay, how did that feel? Think about your throat, whether there's kind of like a sort of a warmth or a roughness to your throat there as well. Okay then. So let's come into more with the upper chakras and shoulder stand. If you're not in the mood for shoulder stand today, I'll give you some alternatives. You can either just raise the legs, and it's quite nice to just bring the cushion under the buttocks, or even leave the cushion there, don't raise the legs, but have something sort of supporting the bottom and just come into sort of almost like a very low supported bridge. But if you want to come into shoulder stand, then lying, knees bent, palms face down, drawing knees in towards the forehead, supporting with your hands as you bend the elbows coming up. When you come into this pose, don't look to the side, always just keep your gaze on your feet. And notice how this feels. If you come into this pose and it doesn't feel right today, you just wanted to see if it did, then please do, you can come down, or you can come into half shoulder stand where there's a bit more support, or lower down. And if you want to roll down and just have the legs raised to come into this pose, whatever feels right for you, just stay here for a moment. If you're in shoulder stand, you can bring your feet behind you with plow, halasana. So just take a few more breaths. If you're in shoulder stand, draw the knees into your forehead gently, and then with your arms supported, just roll the body out. If you've just raised your legs, then come into Shavasana. Join me in neutral spine. Relax for a moment. So we have done root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye and crown. And it feels good, sort of paying attention to all these areas. Let's draw our knees in. We'll come up just for a moment of some breathing practice. It's lovely to end with pranayama. So join me seated. I'd like to return to that breath that I was mentioning earlier, where we breathe in through the nose, but we breathe out through the mouth. So it's slightly different from kind of what we're used to with yoga. But try and bring a smile to your face. Somebody I was listening to who described this breath to me said that if you go to somebody's front door and there's a welcome mat there, you automatically kind of know that someone is probably going to open the door with a sort of a genteel approach and, maybe even a smile. If there was a doormat there that said bugger off, you wouldn't feel so welcome. So when we breathe in and we're taking prana into our body, we're taking life force into our body, having the mentality of that welcome mat or a smile on my face or your face does a lot for what that energy is going to come into our body and do in a kind of a healing way, in a positive way. So without that smile, not that it would make a difference, it's sort of, mirroring maybe not being so welcome and not taking the energy in for that positivity, for healing and enhancement and balance and harmony and all the good stuff. So it's just little associations we make with what we do in life. So just rest the hands into Dhyana Mudra, and we'll just do maybe a minute of this before we relax. So close the eyes. As you breathe in, breathe with a little smile. And in a nice flowing breath, exhale through your mouth. As you do this, draw your awareness to your diaphragm moving. On the inhale, it pushes down.
draws air into the lungs. On the exhale, it domes upwards. Relax. And every time you breathe in with that smile, try and imagine that breath, that prana, the life force of the earth, the life force that makes the stars move, taking it in and healing and balancing. Let's just do 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, you can just blink your eyes open gently and relax. Come into relaxation. Whether you want to stay seated or lying down. You may have heard this little meditation before, but it is linked with the rainbow and the colours and the chakras. And it's always nice to hear something that's going to bring in some positive affirmations. So just lie there and relax. Take a few deep breaths, just to let all things soften. As you lie there or sit there, whatever you have chosen, imagine that your back is lovely and straight like a channel that allows the free flow of prana and energy. Take a few moments to link into your breath and just witness for a moment the breathing. Witness your heartbeat and any vibrations that you feel in your body. And just taking a few more moments to settle into this pose. Take your attention to the base of your spine and imagine in this place a globe of coloured light. The globe of light has all the colours of the rainbow within it. As you begin to draw up now the colour red, and it moves up your spine.
You repeat to yourself as you do this, I am drawing strength. I am drawing up strength. And just really try and see drawing that colour red, feeling strong. And take that light up to the crown of your head, through that channel through your spine. And then your awareness returns to the base of your spine and you begin to draw up the colour orange. And as orange flows up your spine, you feel a surge of joy. Repeat to yourself, these are always so powerful. I am filling my life with joy. Intention, I am filling my life with joy. And take this joy up to the crown of your head. Returning to the base of your spine, find that lovely golden yellow colour. And as the golden yellow colour travels up your spine, feel the energy pulsating. As it fills with this golden energy, I'm filling my body with life force. I'm filling my body with life force. And again, take this energy straight up to the crown, top of your head. Come back to the base of your spine. And now release that colour green. And draw that colour green up your spine. Allow yourself to feel the relaxation in body, mind and spirit. And repeat to yourself, I am drawing relaxation, peace and tranquility into my body. I am drawing relaxation, peace and tranquility into my body. Take this relaxation right up to the crown of the head. And then as you return to the base of the spine, drawing up the colour violet, feel the soft healing hand of mauve as it gently glides up your spine and it moves, repeating to yourself, I am healing my mind, body and spirit. I am healing my mind, body and spirit. And then taking this healing straight up to the crown of your head. And just now being mindful of this globe of rainbow light, which is now at the crown of the head. Between the two rainbow globes of light, the spine is pulsating with coloured light and energy. And then take a couple of deep breaths and start to allow the colours to flow down the front of your body like a rainbow or over a waterfall. And as each energy centre is touched, you release anything that you no longer want to hang on to. This cleansing waterfall of colours washes over you now, bringing strength and joy, energy, peace, relaxation and healing. So if you can, in your mind's eye, just stay with the image of the vibration of these colours flowing over you, healing from within, but also drawing out what you don't need anymore. So just take some quiet time with this visualization.
Wherever your mind went just then, just come back to the idea of that rainbow and the colours. And you can just begin to take some deep breaths. Nice long inhale, lovely long sigh. Feeling good. Noticing whether you feel well physically, mentally, emotionally, even that spiritual connection. And gradually starting to move. Fingers and toes. And then hugging knees in if you're lying down. Having a few moments here, no rush. Coming into your day. And thinking of it as a good day. Whether it's sunny or not, you're going to have a good day. And you're going to feel well at the end of the day and go to bed fairly refreshed. So just gently in your own time, just roll up to seated. We will chant 3 Oms together. So when you're ready, having a moment to settle and hands to Chin Mudra, taking a deep breath in. And then bringing hands together, rub the palms, feel the heat. That energy your body produces, lovely prana. And then warm palms over the eyes, blinking gently, letting the light through, and hands to heart. Om Shanti. Namaste.